How you doing, Ken?
I'm okay. How you doing? Testing, testing.
So what was the difference Sunday versus the other games where you've been a lot better on third down defensively?
Well, you saw they were pretty good as well. When you had two teams that are really good on third down, you get a real good challenge. I think that third down is key for defenses as well as offenses. You're not going to get anybody to lay over. It's a competitive challenge each and every week, and we're usually down around the 30s. 30%ers, we were up in 45, 50 at that time, so we have to certainly make plays better and get off the field if we expect to have success.
Were there issues, with like where guys were dropping on some of those plays, like when they're trying to pass it in front of you guys a lot?
No, everybody was in the right place. They were just catching the ball in front of the sticks, and they broke a couple tackles. And you have to give the hats off to them. They are pretty good. They're one of the best records in the league, so you have to certainly give them a lot of respect. At the same time, third down is something we've been excelling in, so we have a certain expectation we expect as well.
How did you feel Sidney played when he stepped in for Trey?
Well, it was good to see him come in and play solid. I think he really understood. You can tell during the week he paid attention, and he stepped in and made some plays, and he was solid, and we could really trust that he was going to be in the right place.
Did he look more comfortable or understanding of things than he did, after the 3 weeks or whatever?
Well, it's been a while since he's played, but at the same time, Sidney's he's played before, and he understands that there's so many opportunities, and he has to really take advantage. But we really liked what we saw.
You mentioned the broken tackles by Arizona last week. Overall, is the tackling where you want it to be, or are there some fundamental things that kind of need to be cleaned up there?
No, we're pretty good at tackling. You got to go look at the stats. We do tackling very well, and it's something we spend a lot of time on, and we put a lot of energy and effort in putting people on the ground. We've gone up against some really good running backs throughout the season. We've had some really good challenges, but tackling is something, along with third downs, a few things that we hold very in high value, and tackling is one of them. So we feel, obviously, when you play at this level, you're going to have some really good skilled players, and you're going to have some really good competitions and challenges. But certainly, we have to be better at tackling, especially if we get them to check the ball down, 3 or 4 yards before the sticks. We have to certainly come up and make those plays.
We saw both Kempisi and Collier inactive this week. I guess what went into that?
Well, I can't really get into all the details, but I think that we had some issues in the secondary. So we had a lot of bodies a lot of people to replace in the secondary. So it took those numbers.
You think that the change in the fronts and what you're asking from the edge guys this season has impacted some of the numbers in the pass rush, maybe specifically with someone like Carlos this year?
It's hard to say. We've had a lot of opportunities. We've had more plays, on defense. In the league, if you look at the number of plays, we've been pretty high. So we've had opportunities. I think, offenses are attacking defenses differently. There's a lot of screens. There's a lot of perimeter plays. The ball's out a lot faster. There's a lot of things going on. At the same time, we have to be ready to understand when it's a run down, when it's a pass down, and with the few opportunities you have to go get it. So it's just important for us to really be aware of the moments that you have, third and longs, understand the type of team that you're playing against, how many screens you're getting. We're getting more screens, 7, 8 screens a game as more than anybody. So a lot of times you come off looking for something else. So there's a lot of different things that go into it. Teams aren't just going to lay down and take a knee when you're trying to rush them. You have to go out and play them. And we have to certainly, when you look at all the numbers, there's a lot of things we're doing really good, and there's a lot of things we need to improve on. And obviously sacks is one of them.
When you do look at the pass rush numbers, how much of it is some of the play calls you're getting, or versus some of the guys just not winning one-on-one in those?
Football is the ultimate team game. It's a little bit everybody. Everybody is involved in this, and we all understand what has to happen if we want to get our success. Third down, we've been doing pretty good on third down without sacks. So imagine if we keep our effectiveness we're doing without the sacks, now add the sacks to it. So we get in a situation to get third and longer situations. So certainly that's something we're looking to improve.
What does Alton got to do to play more?
continue to practice. Again, there's a lot of people. It's Alton, it's Benson, it's Carlos, it's Daryl, it's Kerry, it's Rasheem, and it's only 4 positions. So at the same time, it's how well do you practice? How bad do you want it? And when you get out there with your opportunity, you got to go with the hot hand.
How have you felt Daryl's played the last few weeks?
He's in there. Daryl's again, this is still early for him. And I think early on he had some really good success. But you have to understand this is the NFL. You're not going to get a sack every week, every single week. That's hard to do. And I think he's continued to learn and to develop, to be an all-around player, to play pass, run, screen, come out the stack, tackle. There's a lot of stuff to be a well-rounded player, and he's well on his way.
Has Al Woods been like an underrated part of how well the defense has played in certain areas?
I tell you, Al he's special. I mean, he's he's a leader on the field, leader off the field. He's been around a long time, seen a lot. He's really helped that room grow and mature. That room, the D-line room, has veterans, guys in the middle like Rasheem and LJ, then rookies and early guys. So he's certainly underrated. He's special, and for us, he's a major part of what we do.
How does he help those young guys?
Experience, creating good habits, learning how to focus, dealing with adversity, dealing with success, certainly taking care of your body, just studying, eating, attitude. I mean, it goes on. I can't even stop the list. It just goes on and on. The things he's learned and the ways and experiences he's had in the league, and how he can help everybody else.
What's something a guy like Al does on the field that doesn't stand out to a regular fan, but is something that you guys look at and it kind of goes into that category of being something special?
Well, with Al, you know exactly what you're going to get. Everything he has. I mean, he's a big man, and he's termed our coin about big man running. And he's bigger, stronger than everybody, but he's also running down the field. He's given all his effort. We always talk about coaching effort first. He's the biggest and the baddest guy running all the way down the field, coming out to stack. He is a student of the game. He's the type of guy that brings the team up and talks to us in times of adversity. He's really bright. Off the field, he has he's a great family man, a great businessman. So he's really teaching the guys how to use your money and have staying power. It's so many different things that Al's been able to bring to the young people. Also, you have Bobby, obviously not having KJ here as a leader. Now he has someone like Big Al to work with. So he works with everybody, and he's the type of guy that everyone could talk to. He's just Big Al. He's big teddy bear, and I think that there's no question how valuable he is to all of us.
Anything else, guys?
That's good.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.